everybody. I hope we're live.
Ooh.
It says we're live.
That was like a
my
really
great intro.
retro porno sounding song.
It was it? Ah, man.
I don't know where she's getting porno from, but
It was a
yeah,
retro.
I liked it.
I said retro porno.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, porn's not bad either, but it's just not for my show. Anyway, welcome everybody to my channel. My name is Linda Kay, and I have special guests tonight, Mr. and Mrs. Cher, known as Prairie Boy 77 and Voices Behind the Wall, or Totally Blunt Cher, or Mr. and Mrs. Cher. They have 3 channels, which you'll find in the description. And I urge you all to please subscribe to them. They're doing great work over there. And hey, what can I say? Welcome to everybody that's from their channel over here to check this out. I really appreciate y'all being here. And I guess I'll just get up. I'm going to kind of like ask these guys some questions, and then we'll talk about Brendan Dassey and Stephen, if that's okay. So, okay, first question. What got you into this crap? I mean, really, nobody signs up for the shit you take. So what got you here?
Well, I'll start with my answer because I was just a stupid biker recording things on my helmet
Cheshire.
until Cher got me into true crime. So there was no big interesting story there. She's like, "Oh, you should just try making videos about this," and I did, and been doing it ever since.
Yeah. I gotta say hi to people. Cotton candy boobs. I want to say that forever. Cheshire.
I kept bringing the problems to you.
Well, that's true too. Yeah.
I'm not. Look, I got some heavy wrenches. Plus, I got some of yours, so we're okay. You know what I mean? Dazed and Confused, Miss Wednesday. Thank you all very much for being here and being my mods. And I got to thank my mods, Sean and Mystic Jinx, who is a great researcher. All my people from my community, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to see you guys. And kind of, I'm kind of a let it go, whatever, which way it goes, kind of anything goes. You can cuss and swear on here. I don't really give a shit. I just want honesty, and that's what it's all about. So
there you go.
Oh, hey, brother, Mr. Positive. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, Mr. Positive, great to see you. Everybody, it's really good to see you. I've been looking forward to talking to you guys on a creator to creator, because all three feel the same way about being together to support each other, and you get more work done that way. You get facts out. I mean, one thing I absolutely adore about Cher is she researches. I mean, people think that she just goes on there by the fly of her ass. I don't think so. She works really hard at what she's doing. And it's not easy to research, because I come from a community where that's what they do. They do nothing but research and find documents and FOIA things. And it's hard work. It takes a lot of your time. It can be very draining on your brain, and it can bring you down and it can bring you up. It's so many ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. And I mean, I so appreciate that about you. And it's hard for, especially the cases that you do, like Summer Wells, I mean, it's we all feel for children, but if you've had a bad childhood, it makes it even harder. Okay. And you want to see the good results, and you want facts out there. And with this case, it's a fucking circus. I mean, there's so much misinformation out there that you don't even know what to believe anymore. You know, you go back to the beginning and you're still hearing the repeated bullshit. If there's a channel that's even talking about her, okay? Because most of the time, these channels are bullshit about bullshit and bashing. And I don't go for that. And that's why I think it's really important that we can show 2 communities, totally different communities. I'm from the wrongful conviction, making a murderer community. You guys are from the true crime community. You take a lot of different cases and, do them all the time. You don't just stay on one. I've been on one for 4 years. So, to me, what you do has got to be even harder than what I've done, So how is that journey for you when you first find a case? First of all, how do you find a case that you like? I mean, what brings you, like, grabs you about a case?
You answer first.
I don't really have anything that particularly like tugs at me. Pretty much just if there seems to be, well, no, interesting is the wrong word because it makes it sound like I enjoy it, but it's
Right.
there's something if it's something out of the ordinary.
Like a puzzle piece isn't fitting correctly.
Yeah.
Somebody's statements aren't adding up to what they were. Yeah, something
Yeah,
just
stuff
doesn't
like that.
feel right. I mean, the normal public might think, oh, that's just the way it is, but us, we got brains that go, wait a minute, that statement don't make sense, right? So that's kind of what you're talking about. And how about for you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Me, it's more like I don't jump on the bandwagon with every case. Like I didn't get onto the laundry thing. That didn't really speak to me. But the Wells, I was like a week later than everybody else on that. And yeah, I guess it for me it really depends on the case, because I take all kinds of
Right. Like
different
you were on
ones.
the Watts case. That's something I would never touch. Sorry to say. I think
Yeah.
he's a mass
Well, I was
murderer.
trying
The
to
guy
answer
did
that
it by
by telling
himself.
you.
That's my
Yeah.
view, but a lot of people feel differently about that case,
Mhm.
and that brought a lot of shit too, so I
I
mean,
think that's what it is for me with finding the case. I think it's when like so many people are saying, oh, it's this way, it's this way, it's this way. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Did you even think about this, or this? And then
yeah,
I'm
you
like,
think out of
okay.
the box.
I start looking into it, and then
I mean, you get in it. I mean, you get in it. You talk to the people that are directly involved.
I've always been nosy. I want to know for myself. I don't want to know or hear what everyone else is telling me,
Right.
because it's probably bullshit. And I want to hear for myself. Even if those people are going to lie to me, I want to hear it from their mouths.
Right.
So I've just always been that way. And ever since I was little, all of the adults they'd always say, curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah. Well, that's funny that you should say that. Somebody tells you something, okay, and you don't just blurt it out. I mean, you actually research what they say. So does that fit with this? And I don't think a lot of people give you credit for that, honestly. I think that's very hard to do, especially if you're like talking to a family member or, and you got this heart tug kind of thing going on where you really feel for the victim, and then you're talking to the family, and maybe like in the Watts case, you might have been talking to the perpetrator's family. So you got all these emotions. How do you handle that in a case?
Because I've been through my own personal hell, I really just think like listening, and I have empathy for them and what they're going through. And then I really I've always wanted I want to help everybody. I wish I could help the whole world. So I just take in like what they're saying, and I try to do like, well, what can I do to help them? Or I'll ask them like, how can I help you? Like, what can I do that everyone else isn't doing already? And then they'll be like, well, I wish people would look more into this, or, talk to this person more. And then that's where I start. I'll Google everybody. I pretty much know when everyone's wiping their butts in cases.
I mean,
and then I bottle it all up and then fall into his arms crying like once a month or so.
Yeah, you got a strong man next to you, which helps. It really does help. And that kind of, I don't really want to get off of the true crime. I'm really into hearing your story, but I want you to tell everybody how you guys met. I think it's so, I mean, you really renew love for, you really do. I think it's great.
We met through the Chris Watts case, kind of. Armchair Detective will forever try to take the credit for this, and I give it to him. It's fine. Yeah. It's nah. But what happened was the Watts case has kind of like the Wells. It's got this good and evil, this the sides thing going on. And there's not allowed to be in the middle in those, right? There's no, if you're somewhere in the middle or trying to be Switzerland, you're just, well, the outcast and not okay, right? And the easy target. Well, in the Watts, that's how it was. And you have people just like the Wells, where we've got these two sides, and we've got these people that are mad bashing this one person or whatever who thinks that the narrative is this way, and then you got these people that think the narrative is another way. And so we had a mutual friend who was one of the hater side. Yeah, one of the hater side of hating Armchair Detective, actually, in the Chris Watts case. So didn't even really look into the Watts case, probably didn't even know what the heck he was talking about, but would just come into the true crime community, still does, to bash Armchair Detective. Well, I was on that side when I first came onto YouTube as a creator and made my channel. These people sucked me in and, oh, I'm here to protect you, I'm going to protect you, you're new, blah, 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 but do this and this and this. So I was bashing this person without knowing him and told, stay away from these people, whatever. This person was one of those people, and it just so happened to be, he also had this friend that was a mutual friend of ours, had another channel, which is what he really does in his real person in the biker world. And so Mr. Share was in the biker world. Yeah. So we crossed paths that way, and then he had invited me. The mean guy said he was going to be on a live stream on a Monday night and, you know, pop over and say hi. And it was Mr. Share's live stream. And then
you stalked him.
Well, yeah, and that's actually what I told him. I'm like, I'm here to stalk your beard.
Your beard. Yep. Oh, okay. Yep. Well, funny enough, I seen that he was talking about making a murderer, and of course, I have to go see what somebody's saying, and I'm in the chat going, blah, 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 and he's not paying no attention. He's just doing his thing with his buddies up there, you know. And it was cool, you know. And I thought, well, he's pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, I see you, and honestly, I seen a video that you said, okay, you women out there trying to go for my men, and you're like, I'm here to tell you, and I just thought, this bitch is cool. I like her.
I got mad hate for that, but I didn't care. I was like,
well, hey, I gave you props. Whoop, whoop on that. You know what I'm saying? It must be the Minnesota thing. I don't know, but I'm like, this bitch is real, and she's keeping it real. You know, she's going to let people know that's mine. Back the hell off, you know? So, and then ever since then, I've been watching you, you know, and I just think your story it shows that two people, two different places. You're in Canada, she's in little Minnesota, you know, and doing two different things can come together and really be a strong force. I mean, you both are like, you know, yin and yang, I guess, you know what I mean? It really is. I mean, you can keep her grounded and you can bring him up, you know, for being so grounded. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see it.
Oh no, that's totally right.
You know, that's what I see. And I mean, I'm so thankful that I've seen both of your channels. Although I hate Chris Watson, I'll never watch anything anybody does with that. I just won't. I refuse. But other cases are starting to get to me to want to know more because, like I said, I'm in Making a Murderer and been here for 4 years, and there's great people in my community that fight really hard for Brendan and Steve. And we ain't going to give up, you know, I mean, but can you imagine being on Summer Wells for 4 years?
Oh, God, no thanks.
I think that would be a tragedy. Okay. First of all, because although the statistics, you know, say that she's probably not alive. I hate saying that. I really do, because my heart wants her to be okay. You know, I want it to be that grandma took her somewhere to Wisconsin or Indiana or whatever, and she's safe. That's what I want. But there's so much convolution bullshit going on. You just really don't know. And you know, and I know people have bad pasts. I was married to a murderer. Okay. It was a straight up hitman. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I didn't know about it at the time, but when I found out, I felt completely, betrayed. I was married to him. I had children with him, and I never knew. So it's easy to be fooled, I guess, especially somebody in the mob, So he went to prison. I was with 2 kids, so I know that kind of life and the kind of hate you can get and things that go on. But I also know that people can change. Okay. People can make their lives better. And that's what you're going through right now with your dad. And I know you got a whole bunch of great plans. I'm really happy for you on that. I think it's excellent that you're doing that. You're really going to help a lot of people by doing that too. I hope you know that. Sharing your tragedies isn't easy, but it helps other people. Okay. And I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim, but I was a victim all my life. Then I decided to be a survivor.
Yep.
Right. So I come from a lot of different experiences, and so do you. So that's maybe why you do some of the cases you do. Do you think that's what it is? Because
I related to Dawn and Summer. Like, I definitely connected with this case. It goes very deep for me because I think a lot of people are forgetting also. I think a lot about those boys.
Yeah.
Because they're in the system right now, and I think about it.
Oh my God. Oh
several times a day.
Cotton candy boobs. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I never got them before. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to do. Thank you, honey.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just got a little, so, but I understand what you're saying. Like, Brendan Dassey hit me, okay, because my daughter has ADHD and she had a lot of language problems, and that's what Brendan has, learning and all that. So it got to me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so tragic. I mean, something. I really thought it was fake. Okay, I thought there's no way this kid is in prison when I first seen that.
That's what I thought when I was watching. I didn't think it was real. I thought it was just like a movie.
Like that, Jinxie? That's one of our best researchers, that woman. You need any genealogy stuff done? She's the one. Perfect. She can tell you names from this case all the way back and all of their families. She is excellent genealogist. Okay. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to do. I'm like a little kid. Thank you so much. But I see, I don't even know what to do when that happens. I'm all shook up. I can't even think now. That's a way to get me going, I guess. Okay, show it like Jinxie said. Show it. But thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. But most people in your side of true crime, their channels are built on bashing and non-factual. And I mean, look, drama sells. We watch reality TV. Yeah. They're making millions of dollars. And that's how I look at them. But a lot of people are using them as factual. And that's where I have a problem. Okay. Because they're putting, like in our case, in Make It a Murder, if that non-factual shit goes out, it hurts the case. Okay. Yeah. So it's got to be that way with you guys' cases too. I mean, the non-factual stuff really hurts. Oh my God, Crimes After Dark. Look, you guys, I'm not here for that. I'm really not. I appreciate it so very much.
I love that.
I'm about to cry. Just
we all went yellow.
Really emotional first. And oh my God, Mr. Positive. Please, you guys, thank you so much. But I really, you don't have to do that. You really don't. I don't even know what to say when you do that. So I appreciate it. Really, I mean, I don't want to cry. That's the way I get. I'm very emotional. So I just take this stuff really seriously. Okay. And I don't feel that a lot of people that are out with all these really big channels are taking it serious. They got all these people, and I'm not afraid to say it. Chris McDonough, fucking one finger flag to you, bitch, because I don't like you from way long time ago. Oh my God. Cheshire, stop it. But I don't like that kind of, he's got how many, 90,000 subscribers? And this is a man who believes in the interrogations that were used on Brendan. Okay. And worse than, oh God, you guys, please stop. I don't even know what. Oh, stop, please. Thank you so much. But please, you guys, I'm not here for money. I'm here for a message. And that's what's important to me. It really, really is. The message to me is that we can collaborate. We can get along. You don't have to like this person, have dinner with them, call each other, hey, what you doing? But when it comes to a case, you need to go together and figure out the facts, know the facts, put the facts out there. With a big base that they have, they need to put out more facts. And I love Cher for doing that. I love you for doing that. You're the beard of reason. And you have a way of, when I heard you talk about channel support and channels, I was back here going, man, I feel the same way. I really feel the same way. So thanks, Mom's Love. Thank you so much. I want this message to go out, and I'm hoping other channels will do this, because it's not a personal thing. It's about the facts, transparency, and the truth.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, what more do you want from a channel? If you want drama, then put drama on your channel. Don't put true crime, because it's not true crime what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. The majority of these true crime channels aren't true crime.
Right.
Lately, I couldn't even say my own channel's true crime, because all I've been doing is just waking up and then making coffee and talking to people, not researching anything. But
okay, guys, that's enough now. Stop, please. I mean, more tonight on Super Chats than I've ever made in my whole channel ever.
Oh, my dad just texted. He said, "You have woken my heart, and I thank you for allowing me back into your life. I know now why I have survived all this crazy stuff I've been through. It's so that we could have this new connection."
That is fantastic. I mean, I am so happy that you're able to connect, and really, I mean, you're adults now, so it's going to be a lot easier than it was when you were a child. You can pretty much say what you want to, so you can get it out. And I'm sure that he's willing to hear you now where he never was before. So that's a good thing. And I think, man, I can't wait for that to come out, your book or whatever it is. I'm going to be like one of the first people to be reading that. And I don't read, I just don't. So I just, for Linda uses, and she needs, I'm sorry, chat. I'm really just so into getting a message out and hearing what these guys got to say about it that I'm really not paying attention. Y'all should be super chat.
That's how I get sometimes. I am not paying attention. I'm just talking.
I'm like, oh God, what do I do? Because I'm not used to that at all. I mean, we talk about making a murder, or I talk about justice reform, and I don't get a lot of views. And it's a good message, and I don't care, because as long as somebody's watching it, that's good. I mean, somebody's getting the message. That's all that really matters. You know what I mean? So yeah. But you guys got a big, you're growing, and you got a lot of subscribers, and your message is even more important. So my advice to those channels that have 11,000, 80,000, make sure what you're doing is factual, because you're not helping. All these channels that get 1,000 people in a night to hear the bullshit that they got to think about another creator or who did what. And funny thing is, bitches, you're all doing the same fucking thing. So,
yes,
I mean, you put down somebody who's first. Why? Is that a jealousy thing? That's in my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, why are you?
And it was easy. It was easy for them. It's easy money. They say I'm about clicks and ratings, but I'm the only one who disappears for a week at a time and won't stream when there's nothing to say.
Yeah.
And all they do, it's easy to just, let's hate Cher and restream her shit for 8 hours a day, and I'll still get the views and the super chats, and we don't even have to do any real work.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Your research, they're doing now. So day late, dollar short. And shame on you people for putting somebody down for what you're doing. That's about really morally wrong. You know, you got two faces, and you ain't seen the real one.
I do want to say though, I was invited to a live stream either last night or the night before, and it was Doug's. And Jay for Justice was in there and had sent me the link, and she was shocked that she was being talked to nicely, whatever. He modded her. And so I was just there to support Jay.
Right.
And I said one thing in the comments, and everyone jumped on me and started trashing me, thinking that Doug was going to go along with it. And this was, oh, Cher's in here, let's get her. And Doug told them, stop that. That's not what we're here for tonight.
You know, maybe some of the channels are realizing that the regurgitated hate.
It might be. And, you know, I don't know. I don't
know either, because
I don't know, but he was kind. I sent him an email. He never emailed back or whatever, but he did, even for that one night, and he shared my GoFundMe for my teeth. So for that one night, I mean, I have to say he was decent.
You can drop that link in there so people can help you on your journey for a beautiful smile. And drop it. I'm hoping that the mods are from your side are doing that. So great. I mean,
thank you.
I really appreciate
January 3rd.
Yay. I know what it's like. These right here.
Denver gang. You have Denvers?
Yeah.
I didn't even tell.
You can't. They look. They will be exactly what your beautiful teeth used to be. Do you know that? They will look exactly like what your teeth used to be.
Oh.
It's going to be great, baby.
Yeah,
you've been really worried about it.
Life. Thank you, Broken Dishes. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I'm all about supporting other creators. I believe in the love goes further than the hate. Hate goes to a dead-end street, and all you can do is continually pile up the bullshit. But love will take you all around. Love will take you through town, all around into different areas. And I'm all about
all the way to Canada.
Yeah, all the way to Canada. Yeah. I mean, so I really admire what you guys do. I'm very appreciative for all of your channels. I especially love the coffee. Me and Cotton Candy are, I'm going to make her famous, Cotton Candy Boobs. Believe you me. Everybody going to wear you. Like it says in here. Hey, you want to be the best, coolest kid on the block? Wear some Cotton Candy Boobs. I mean, you got some great people now. And I've noticed in your chats that the more and more people are seeing who you guys really are, the more they're joining and realizing that the other ones are really not putting out anything factual or helpful. One of the things you're digging into, the church, it's kind of scary. I mean, to me, that's kind of scary. It reminds me of the Vallows and Chindel, Lori Shallows and Daybell, that guy.
Oh, yeah. Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of does, because they're the SDL church. And I don't know the difference between the churches, but they seem to be cultish and kind of scary. Like on Cher's conspiracy, totally blunt with Cher. You guys feel free to drop her channel. She digs into kind of things like that. And that's kind of scary. So do you feel frightened by going into things like that other people won't?
Personally, I don't.
What was it? What was the question?
Does it scare you to go into things like the church, things like that other people won't?
No. Because it has to be said, I mean, scared, like, if someone can come and whack me, if they do that, they do that. Like, we're all gonna die, but you're never gonna scare me by threatening me with my life to make me shut up.
Can't shut up, Cher.
That way. If you're gonna come and kill me, and you're gonna be dumb and put it all over the internet that you're gonna kill me, or even if you don't, I mean, I don't know. No, I'm not afraid of it. I get like paranoid or whatever, but I'm not around my kids now. So if they want to come for me, come for me.
Right.
Good luck. That's all I can say.
I mean, no, it's never going to stop me from exposing the truth. That's important. And if I lose my life doing that, I am okay with that.
Right. Well, like I'm really looking forward to your live tomorrow and what you're
My
gonna.
dad sent a text. He said, "Hello, my daughter's podcast friends. I hope I can be some help with the very interesting work that you folks are all doing. And I'm very proud of you all."
That's really nice. I mean, and he knows the other side. He knows the prison side. He knows the criminal
Yeah.
side. Okay. And that's really great to have them perspectives. Okay. Like when I'm talking to somebody, I always ask them, what got you in this? Usually it's always the same thing. It's Brendan Dassey, but it also has to do with all the corruption. Like
Yep.
Wisconsin is so corrupt. I mean, it goes way up. And for me, Brendan and Stephen are political prisoners now. It's
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
beyond
Definitely.
what the lawyers can do, except for Kathleen Zellner. You go, but it's a political thing, and there's not much you can do. What is that, Jinx? You may end up where Joe Exotic is. By the way, Jinx, Mystical Jinx was in Tiger King 2. And her research team, Ripper and them, they're very interesting, you guys.
Mm.
Cheshire, she's been there. Great. They've helped. They're in search for Jack Donald Lewis. So there's a mystery within the Tiger King thing. There's a missing man. And these guys are researching and uncovering, and they've done so much that they got him to reopen the case. So see, we do make a difference when you're putting out facts.
Yeah. When we're putting out the truth, and that's when we can do something. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, Summer needs you, to do that, to be one that is going to stick with the facts. And I appreciate that. And other cases, I don't remember the guy's name that you were doing, but he was shot and like out of the bathtub, kind of whatever, the gun wasn't by him. And
Oh yeah, Christian Andriacchio.
yes, now see, that's another case that really needs some attention. There's cases that are like, this isn't right. There's something, somebody died from that, and that's sad. And it seems to me like somebody's getting away with murder, not a suicide.
Yeah, there's definitely something doesn't add up there. That's for
Right.
sure.
Hi, Becca Chu.
Hey, Becca, too.
So, I mean,
My
I just
dad
appreciate
thinks I'm famous.
what
You
your
kind of
dad
are.
thinks you are. You're YouTube famous.
Am I famous because I'm your dad now?
You will be.
Yeah, if you know what, you're helping people. That's really what is important. Is I don't think I could do this and not feel like I was making a difference. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the struggle for me. Yeah.
yeah, you got to make a difference, right? I mean, I was so looking forward to your documentary on
Mm.
how it changes you. And now that you're going to be working with Cher on that kind of thing, I'm really looking forward to that because you got skills on that editing stuff. I got to tell you, you know what I
I'm
mean?
so lucky.
And your idea for that is so true because in this community, it has changed all of our lives enough that we are 24/7, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years into a case. And
Yeah.
that really takes a
I
lot.
was
You
on
become it.
Rhonda for 3 years when I had to walk away. And
Yeah.
I was like heartbroken. I'm like, I wasted 3 years. And actually, one of my haters, when she was nice to me for a couple of weeks, she actually made me look at it different. She goes, don't look at it as 3 years wasted, but look at it as 3 years of learning.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
learned so much. I've gotten a Google education. I've got a Jinx education. I've got a JJX. These are all people that are really good researchers. And I've got legally educated. I learned the justice system. I know a lot of the laws. I know, integrity units and all these other things that I never knew before.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do learn from it and you do learn from the research. So you're bettering yourself and you're bettering your community that you're putting out to when you do the research. So I truly appreciate the research that you do. And I know a lot of people don't know that about you. So that needs to be known. It's not like you're just out there regurgitating the same bullshit that was done on another channel. In fact, they're regurgitating your shit. So how's that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always nice to say nana and a boo boo on you, you know what I mean, without even saying it. So
That's why Tanya Hagen made me, whenever she's doing a book, right now she's enjoying being a grandma, but I'm taking her out of like retirement in January. And she had me I'm her research assistant.
that's
If
great.
people actually read my bio, yeah, I do. I've already done a lot for her, but yeah, it's me she'll send out because she is super busy, and I call all the people. I make the first contact. With Angela, we've got half of her book done, and I was the one recording all of the phone calls for hours and hours, and looking into everything, having to find the news articles that match the story she's giving me, and
I mean, you gotta check and recheck, and
yeah,
and then I don't know how y'all do that kind of thing.
I like doing it,
but yeah, like research itself is good. I mean, I do it, but it's about the justice system.
I always say
about individuals.
If the CIA or something like wants me, I'm available.
You give yourself a cheap plug here. Why not? You know what I mean? It's all about it. So yeah, I mean, I just got to tell you, I respect that you take the time to learn a case before you get on this YouTube and just blurt out whatever you think. It's hard to do that. It's hard.
I have done that too, though. But
yeah, I'm sure.
I regret it.
I got sucked into a hate group too for a second there and decided, whoa, wait a minute, you ain't for me.
Yeah,
exactly. So
I forget about that. Yep.
It's easy to do. Okay.
Yeah.
When
it is. I say that all the time too. It's very easy. You don't even realize you're doing it until one day you end up like really taking a look at yourself and you're like, what the hell have I been doing?
I was like,
this is not okay.
Who is this? I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't like you. Okay, you're the kind of person I would never hang out with. Why are you being like that?
Yeah. Oh, exactly how I felt. Yep.
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to wake yourself up and yeah.
Yep. And since I've
I think I've done better since then. And he even said, he's like, I'm really glad you figured that out, because I don't think he said that like a year ago to me. We've been together like going on 2 years.
I've seen you grow.
And he said, if you continued being like that, I don't think we'd be together.
Yeah. And I've seen you guys grow. Like I said, he can calm you down and you can kind of get him fired up. You know what I mean? So it's yin and yang, and it works, and it's great. Hi, 411. Nice to see you. And hello to my guest. There's another really great creator who does, true crime on a daily basis. And he's a good guy. He's from Minnesota. Don't live here no more, but I like Minnesotians.
There you go.
I don't know if I don't know if you want me to say your name, because people want to be anonymous half the time, but somebody watching, I think, sent me a PayPal. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you can say their name. I don't care if you don't. I mean,
I don't know if they care. A lot of times people don't want their names to know. But if you're in here watching and that's why you sent, thank you. I did receive that and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of really nice people out here, and
so nice.
There is.
I think we got almost like $1,600 in donations for my teeth.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's awesome.
I know what a community can do, because when one of our true leader warriors in this community of making a murderer passed away, we were able to pay for the full funeral and then some. So you can do that together. See what together brings.
Oh, that is so awesome. Wow.
I mean, and we've had like marathons for the guys and raised over $8,000 in 24 hours for them, just so they have money in their commentary, So there's a lot of really good people, but that's what working together gets you. When you're all about yourself and all about your own PayPal and you're this and you're that, and you're really not putting out no facts. What really are you doing? I mean, at least say, hey, I'm a drama channel and I'm going to talk about the drama that's going on in the Summer Wells case. Okay.
So I literally tell everyone, drop your link too. Like in my Facebook group, I tell them, leave your cash apps, leave whatever, put your stories in here too, share whatever links you want. That's why I make everyone a mod on Totally Blunt with Share, unless they're an asshole. you're a mod so that you guys can share that stuff too. I've seen where other creators have blocked people for wanting to share their link too, and I think that's
I'm all
so
about it.
messed up.
I'm
Yep,
all
I
about it.
hate that.
I'm all
Oh,
about supporting everybody that's out there. That means the subs, that
yep.
means the researchers, that means the creators. I'm all about it. I wish more creators would get together and honestly just, you know, you don't have to look, you don't like the color of my hair, so fucking what? Don't care. That doesn't mean that I'm still not going to give my best to that case. Okay.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to give you facts because that's who I am. Okay. And a lot of times it's hard to see who's doing the right thing because that's the internet world. Okay. But it also isn't hard to notice by behavioral patterns how they're going to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have never been a bashing channel. I've never even seen Cher really go off when she needs to. When I would say, oh, I'd be going off. Fuck you. You talk about me like, but you don't. You're like,
Not
I'm not going
anymore.
to
I
feed the
used to.
troll. I'm not
Now
feeding.
I'll take a breather before I react because I don't. Sometimes if I get going, I might actually get arrested with some of the things that come out of my mouth.
But
So
it's
I better
better.
not.
You're above that. See what I mean? You're above that because what they want is you to do
Yeah,
that. Okay.
I always
They
remind
want you
myself
to
that too.
lower yourself down to that level that they feel they brought you. And so they win. And I think it's very admirable that you don't, that you just be you and continue on your journey and on your path and know in your heart what you're doing is the right thing. You don't
If
have
I
to have
could have
approval from
him,
the world.
that would be way harder. But yeah, he calms me down. But then I also have to tell myself, I know my kids are watching me. My
Well,
my kids are my number one
you're
fans.
watching you.
And
So
yeah,
to
and
me,
so I'm like, and I'm not proud of how they've seen me act on here sometimes. And
right. But isn't it about what you really, at the end of the day, it is,
and
you
I
have
want
to
to look
live with
better than all of
yourself.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to live
I want
with
to say,
yourself.
F you guys, I'm better than
That's
that.
right. One finger flag, bitches. I love that. I would do that all the time. Fuck you, Wisconsin. I do that all the time. But that is, to me, what's real important is that you stick to your own moral base, your own compass, and you follow your path. It's not going to be the same as another creator, but that's what makes it good. That's why you need diversity. You need, all that stuff. You don't have to be like them. And for me, look, I don't care if I get 50 views. I'd love to have a lot more, but 50 views means I've reached 50 people that really care about what I'm saying. So that's where it's at for me. You can have 1,000 people in your chat and all they're going to do is talk shit and get, knocked out. Or you can have 5 people in your chat that are really contributing and saying, hey, did you hear this? Maybe you want to check this out, or thank you for doing that. And boy, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So to me, it's about the message and the factual part of it. And I know that you guys do that. So is that hard for you to see the other side and how they're like raking in cash and they're got all these subscribers and it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I love you, because you guys just really are true to yourselves and true to a factual based subgroup, right?
Like you said, the ones that are subbed, like, I don't want people to sub to me for, like, no, the ones that are subbed are very open-minded and probably very kind and wear their heart on their sleeve type of people. That's what I want. And
Yeah.
we've always said quality over quantity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. See, he's got, your man has a lot of my thoughts, and I seen that right away. And when he said, I'm the beard of reason, he is. In the true crime community, you are the beard of reason. They can pull all these emojis and say all this bullshit, but if they come over and they really watch what you're creating, they're going to get quality. Okay, they're going to get something that means something and can make a difference, and I appreciate it, and I thank you guys very much for being that way. I really do, and I'm really happy that you came over here and let me, get to talk to you and, figure, and really praise you, because I do see what you're doing makes a difference. And it's not easy work. And people need to know that what you're doing isn't easy. It's not easy. You just don't wake up one day and say, okay, well, I fucking think I'll tell them this.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I couldn't watch you before because Don, here, I'll put him up here. I know how to do that. Let me just do this. This is for you. So I'm going to let the audience ask you questions, and my wrenches will definitely kick them out if they're no good. So anyway, this says, share, I couldn't watch you before because Don and BK. As long as BK isn't on your channel, then I'm fine. Well, I don't know if that's okay, because I don't know about that. Doesn't matter, really who's on there, does it? I mean, you don't have to like the person. If they have a message, doesn't matter. It's not a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I feel.
Yeah. No, that's right.
What they did to Stephen and Brendan, especially they interrogated the words of child's mom. Yeah, it is a total miscarriage of justice. To me, what they did is child abuse, what they did to Brendan. It's straight legal child abuse. And if you talk to a police officer, like any one of them that did Brendan, talked to Chris McDonough, who does the same thing, they'll think it's okay because it's legal. It's legal to lie. It's legal to get them to do whatever they have to get a conviction. It's not about the truth. And that's a real big problem. So I don't know if I see any questions here. The problem with people behind their screens that inbound with some things. I don't know. New sub. Thanks everybody who subbed. I really, really appreciate it. So do you guys have anything you need to say? I don't want to keep you forever.
Sorry, my dad was texting.
Your dad's texting. I think that's so great. Honestly, I really, really do. Do you have any questions about Brendan or Stephen? I'll be willing to help out.
Yes. Right away, I was wondering, because I definitely think Brendan's innocent, right? But I go back
Stephen was guilty
about Stephen. Yeah. Do you think Stephen's
guilty? I did
guilty?
at first. And the only reason why is because of some of the things that were evidence, until I dug in and found out that, well, that little check mark of blood, you're bleeding from your hand. Why wouldn't it be on the shifter? Why wouldn't it be on the wheel?
Yeah,
why wouldn't it be on the door? And when do you bleed flakes? They found blood flakes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so that's once I started digging into it, yes. But I did honestly think maybe he's guilty. Okay. But Brendan was never a doubt for me ever. But yeah, a lot of people honestly do and did think that. A lot of people say, no, I didn't right away because they seen the, the corruption or the planting, I mean, the whole case is a farce, First of all, where's the crime scene, right? There is no crime scene.
Well, exactly. If Stephen is guilty and he murdered Teresa, it didn't happen the way he was convicted of it happening.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. So the charges would be all wrong, even if it was true.
Right. And like Jinx says, Brendan was his alibi. He was the innocent. Brendan, he was Stephen's alibi, so they had to go for them. But if you look at the case and you're into it, you know that they went after every single person in the family until they found somebody that would flip or somebody that would help them. So of course they take a 15-year-old kid at the time, and who has learning disabilities, get him alone in a room, and I'll be your dad. Make him promises. And you're okay. And what did Stephen do? Like, we went over the read technique. Every single thing that's in the read technique checks for Brendan. It's a lie to get a truth, and to me that makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand it, and how they got away with it, I don't understand, because any real prosecutor would have said, okay, we got Stephen convicted, let's, Brendan, we don't even need to convict him anymore. But they had to do it. They had to follow through with their lie, and they keep following through with it. I mean, they've given the bones back. They've given back biological evidence that can be used as, you know, in a motion for Stephen. They gave it back. The state did, without telling Stephen. I mean, and it's breaking their own laws, but they can get away with it. Wisconsin is a dirty, corrupt state.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They are very, I mean, living here in Minnesota, we always were taught, hey, you go over there, you better have bail money or money to
Do you remember the story where, I think, okay, let me try and remember what year it was, like 2000. So like maybe like 2006 or 7, because I think both of my kids were little. But do you remember the Wisconsin cops that were pulling over women that were alone at night and raping them? That is wild.
And you know, they're kind of flowed over into Minnesota. If you remember,
Yep.
They were taking their driver's
right
license
on that border,
numbers.
that St. Croix right there.
Yep. And they were taking the driver's license numbers
Yes.
and addresses. And
My
I do
ex's
remember that.
stepmom almost got, she thinks that she was almost a target because she was driving home from the bar one night and this cop pulls her over and they didn't know that she had picked up her sons on the way home. She had one drink and right away she told the officer, like, go ahead and breathalyzer me. I had one drink. I'm bringing my kids home. And then he looked in the back and he flashed his flashlight. Oh, you have kids? And then she was just kind of like sitting there. He went back to his car and then he came back and I can't remember how the story went, but anyway, he ended up getting another call and just like getting in his car and leaving, not even telling her anything, just leaving. And she was like, that's so freaking weird. Yeah, she thinks that having her boys there that night saved her from being raped.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably did. And you know, they'll cover up for each other. There's been people that run over by cars when they're drinking and coming back from their little conventions and they cover it up. Wisconsin is just a dirty state. It's real corrupt. And it's like the old grandfather you in kind of, I got you.
I used to work overnights at Quick Trip. So that's where the cops all hang out overnight. So I would hear the sickest shit from all of like the married cops getting together and like rating the girls that they were pulling over and like saying, oh yeah, I did that one. Like the shit that we all heard working there.
I worked as a waitress in a local diner that all the cops went to. So I seen everything. I heard everything that the St. Paul cops were doing. So it was like, you hear that stuff when you're there.
Yeah.
You get to know that there are some really dirty cops. Now, look, I'm not all against all law enforcement. I'm not. There are some good ones, but the bad ones really make it hard for the good ones. I mean, you know, see that.
I don't think there's very many good ones, to be honest.
Right. Well, nowadays they're either the good ones are quitting. You know, the other ones are shouldn't be.
They want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know. It's been an hour. I don't want to drag this on. If you guys want to talk about something.
Okay, so what is your, I don't think I've ever got to ask you like specifically one-on-one, if you don't mind asking live, sorry.
I'm an open book.
What do you think about Candace and Dawn on innocent or guilty of?
On one hand, I want to say they're both innocent. I feel really bad. They have bad past. They're screwed up. They got drug addictions. They're not the best parents in the world. They're poor and things like that. And that lifestyle happened. And on the other hand, I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't know which one, but something's wrong there. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to point a finger because they are a family who lost their children. They do have a missing child. So for me, that heart tug is kind of, I don't want to accuse. But on the other hand, why do you do the things you do? Why do you make these stories and these, you know, going to the feds and then you're crying, crazy, and then you're fighting and you're calling the cops because they're beating. I just don't get that stuff. They don't act like a normal family that, I mean, I understand they're dysfunctional, but they don't act like a family that has a missing child.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
You know, so I guess that's where I'm at. I'm like this, you know, just want the truth, just like everybody else. And I do feel that the church has got something there. I do. To me, it reminds me of Lori Daybell and, you know, Shin Man, you know, that does.
Yes,
It's
and Dawn, I have so many texts about zombies, everyone's
yeah,
zombies. That was
that's
what Lori Daybell kept saying in
that's
chat.
why she killed her children.
Zombies are coming.
That's
Yeah,
why her
it
children
freaks
were
me
killed.
out.
Okay, then the guy who kills the kids says he dies. I mean, come on, they're falling off like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy. That church stuff is crazy, and people will buy into anything that gives hope. You know, I mean, they will.
Yeah.
They want hope.
Yeah, but I
Everybody
don't like
wants a
that
better
because
world, and
you have to be real. That reward fund,
yeah,
if somebody knew where Summer was at, that reward fund could have been at $5,000, $10,000, 20, 30,
it
40,
doesn't
50, 60.
matter.
It's
Yeah,
at like 80,000 now and it's still not touched. Like,
there's $100,000 out there for information on Don Lewis. Okay, that's a lot of money. Actually, there's $200,000 for the
yeah,
Tiger
because
King
they
thing.
know it's never going to be touched.
And
Yeah,
that's
it's,
right, because
yeah,
it's not the money,
I don't
it's
like it.
the withholding of, it's the secrecy.
Yep.
There's secrecy there. And if it was done, it was done in Candace, I kind of feel like maybe they would slip up. But if the church is in on it, you know, it could be a band of quiet. You know what I'm saying? Where they're all tight-lipped and believe that they're going to hell if
Because
they
they got their boys too. Like,
yeah,
I think that area is ran a lot by the cult.
yeah.
And so we
And
don't
there's
know.
$100,000 for Teresa's killer and Stephen and Brendan's case.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
Is that
it isn't
still
about
right now?
yeah, $100,000.
Hmm.
So, you know, there's a lot of money out there
Because they
and
know
nobody's talking. So
yeah.
it's either very high up or it's a clique. You know, the church is a clique and they have a lot of people to protect.
That's what
Yeah.
I do.
So that's, you know, it's curious. I'm going to be very sticking to it and watching your channel.
Wait till Sunday night when I got the airline people interviewing.
Wow.
This makes no sense to me why they even would want to do this interview with me after the video that I did.
Yeah. I mean, you were straight out kind of calling them like with these cards, like,
and
that's
yes,
a
but he
trafficking
does
thing.
say he understands why I got there. And it kind of sounded like I wasn't the first one to come to him thinking that too. So it's making me feel all sorts of things, and I can't wait. We're gonna do the interview on Sunday night, and then on Monday night, we're gonna have an open panel and discuss what everyone thinks about it. Because
yeah, I can't
just
wait.
my first phone call with him, I felt very weird. Very weird. And Hawkins County and Wisconsin keep crossing paths.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm gonna be glued. I'll be glued, and I'll be waiting to see what you come up with because I know that you're digging deep and you're going beyond what other people have done, and I appreciate it. So I thank you very much, and I thank you for being her rock and you being his, and you guys together are absolutely adorable. I love you both very much. And
we love you too.
so much for everybody being here. Please, my crew, my community. Yeah, look, they, you know, go over and support them. Sub to their channels. It's in the description. Get yourself some cotton candy gear because you want to be cool.
They do the cotton candy thing.
And thank you so much, everybody, for all. Everybody for the super chats. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I appreciate that.
Thanks for having us on. Anytime we gotta have you on too.
Yep.
All right, everybody. You have a great night. Thank you, you guys. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Twice.